Hello, Scribe here, with a deck tech for my favorite hero, Uzuri. This deck attempts to maximize value through disruption and playing into the strengths of assassins to get into your opponent's head and become a nightmare to block against. This is an aggro Uzuri deck, somewhere in between Redline and Blue Uzuri that I call Spicy Value Uzuri. This deck is all about extracting maximum value by playing above rate cards and pushing the assassin card's nasty on-hits to continually disrupt and exert pressure and control over your opponents. Continually threatening or landing on hits that disrupt your opponent's game plan allow Uzuri to maintain control over the game and win over time. First, I want to touch on the cards I didn't include. Most Redline Uzuri decks will be running Ravenous Rabble and Nimblism. These can be solid choices, but this deck has many yellows and blues that can allow Ravenous Rabble to whiff, and a few other sources of damage with Go Again that I feel provide more. Nimblism can provide a good 0 for 3 that pushes a breakpoint on Leave No Witnesses, but 0 for 3 is pretty on rate and not exactly the value we're looking for, as well as having it block for 2. For our card choices, we have Uzuri's standard stealth and swap cards with 9 of Isolate, and some Infect, and blue Backstab. I went with blue Backstab to give us more resources for all of the 1 and 2 costs, and to support looking for a scrap. We have Already Dead, CNC, Death Touch, Shakedown, and Surgical Extraction as our swap-in cards. I've included some Go Again through E-Strike, Give and Take, and looking for a scrap. Give and Take can pressure damage while threatening to let you get back your codexes or other good cards, while also blocking for 3, and looking for a scrap is just good above rate value as a 1 for 5 Go Again. It plays well off of a Tunic resource or as a good follow-up from a Dagger Swing off of a blue pitch. For some attack reactions, we have 1 of Razor Reflex with the potential surprise Go Again, and 3 Spike with Blood Rot. They're good attack reactions that keep your opponent guessing, but they also support a combo that I'll cover later. The spice comes in through 2 uncommon cards that I feel are underplayed in Uzuri and provide a lot of value. The first card is 2 of Red Toxicity. Now, before you say anything, no, Toxicity does not apply to the card you swap in using Uzuri's hero ability. What it does do, however, is present your opponent with the choice to let you have 5 damage at 0 cost, and then you continue to stack value on top of your already disruptive assassin cards. If the cards line up, there can also potentially be no choice but to take the extra damage, as I'll cover in the combo section. Holding an attack reaction on a card with Toxicity applied makes for a difficult blocking decision for your opponent. They either play around your attack reaction, severely overblocking what you're presenting and allowing you to simply arsenal the card in hand, or risk getting blown up for massive damage and good on-hits. Toxicity also provides a great opportunity to play some mind games and potentially fake out your opponent. Maybe the last card in your hand is a stealth card, or a Death Touch you just want to arsenal for later, but your opponent wants to play around Shred and overblocks your attack. Boom, spicy value. Uzuri being all about hidden information and forcing bad decisions from your opponent is exactly what I love about this hero, and Toxicity amplifies that. The other spicy card is Pummel. While not unheard of to play it on Uzuri, I feel like this card is underutilized in Uzuri decks considering how many great 2-cost attacks she has, how much her game plan already aligns with attack reactions, and allowing you to add damage and another scary on-hit on top of your other great on-hits. Pummel can absolutely ruin your opponent's turn, and even sometimes let you time walk. If you know your opponent isn't expecting it, or sometimes even if they are, Pummel expands what you can do with a 3-card hand, as you can play your 2-cost 6 attack straight out with no stealth card off a blue pitch, and Pummel off of a Tunic resource. Even threatening this follow-up exerts pressure and forces blocking decisions from your opponent, as I've been mentioning. Let's get into what I'm talking about with the combo section. Opening with Toxicity has a few good choices for a follow-up attack. For lower cost, you have your stealth cards, of course, with Leave No Witnesses being the best 0-cost option. Pairing Leave No Witnesses with a Shred, or even better, your Razor Reflex pushes massive damage and scores the on-hit. Isolate is the ideal stealth card to play after Toxicity, and is what I meant when I talked about providing no choice on the Toxicity on-hit. Play Isolate off of Toxicity with Spike with Blood Rot can force your opponent to take massive damage. You can also start with Toxicity while playing out your 2-cost 6 attacks. Having a Shred to follow up a Shakedown activates Shakedown's on-hit effect and pushes through the Toxicity damage. The ultimate follow-up, if you're lucky enough to draw the perfect hand, however, is Pummel. Playing Toxicity into a Shakedown off of a blue pitch and pummeling off of Tunic resource threatens 15 damage and taking 2 cards from your opponent's hand. Absolutely disgusting spicy value. So, that's Spicy Value Uzuri. Let me know what you think or if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.